Apex International Fight Week. Kind of a big deal, International Fight Week.
Huge. Vegas explodes this week. It's amazing.
Or is it just another fight week?
No.
Let's ask.
Yeah.
We'll get the one fight question out of the way with Jared Cannonier. Just another fight week, or do you try to think of this as it's just a fight?
I don't put more pressure on it than it's what's needed. You know, the fight is stressful enough as it is. So the fact that it's International Fight Week and it's for a title shouldn't give me more motivation to go in there and fight for my life. You know what I'm saying? The fact that a man is trying to separate me from my consciousness, diminish my health, is enough motivation for me to go out there and not allow that to happen at every turn. You know, so just as motivated for this fight as I've been for all my other fights, because it's the same thing. The only difference is that I'm a better fighter.
But this is fun for you.
Oh, absolutely. I love doing this. This is very fun for me. The fights are like the easy parts of the whole equation, of the whole thing. You know, camps are the hard part. The hard work, the being tired and having to continue to work, that's the hard part right there, you know, and it doesn't have to be that when the fight comes around. So that's what I'm training for. That's what I'm preparing for. I'm preparing for the long haul, but I'm also training to make this thing go off without a hitch.
Quick and easy, like this show.
That's it.
Look, we try our best. There's nothing worse than after 12 weeks of separating yourself from your family and a good burger and a beer and whatever it is. You know, you come to a media day is always a bit of a pain because, you know, essentially, you know, you want to be relaxing, you want to be at the gym, you want to be focused on what you're doing, and so we very much appreciate you being here. But so we try our best to ask you things that hopefully none of the other people will ask you. But so from someone like you that has been in this game for a long time, and you've been up, you've been down, you have fought and beaten the best of the best that's ever been thrown at you. Is there anyone that you look at in over your life of watching MMA that you think, do you know what, I wish I'd got the opportunity to fight him?
No.
No, you really don't. I mean, in fairness, looking at your record, you've literally fought every legend that could ever be around, you know, and I don't know. I think it's I try my best to kind of look at these situations when you're at the elite and you're at the top of the top. But me personally, I fought amateur, and there were still some people when you fight amateur that you think, I wanted to see if I could ever get quite close to beating that guy, or whether the styles would have complemented. But that's kind of interesting that you feel that way. But here now, you're in Vegas. You've done this a million times before, but. Do you live and breathe the sport when you're not in the sport?
Yes.
You know when you're outside the camp, do you allow yourself some time to just relax and just not be training, or are you constantly even light rolling and?
I'm always training.
Yeah.
You know, some days I'll be like, no, I don't really feel like it. And if I don't have anything coming up, or if I'm not working towards anything specific, or if none of my teammates need me there, or generally it's usually because I have something to do, so I can't really go to this practice right now. And but no, I don't really take time off. It's a lifestyle for me. It's not a job or an occupation or something that I got to go get ready for. No, I'm doing this all the time, all day. I want to be doing this until the day that I you know what I'm saying, that I come to the finish line. So
yeah, if you know, we're going over to.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Go for it.
Without giving any detail.
Well, one with competent footwork could make it happen. A good defense, you know. Everybody seems to believe that wrestlers are the way to go, you know. But there are many things that work, you know. Everything works on everybody. You just gotta be able to implement it in a fashion to where they're not prepared to receive it. So a jab works, right? But if you see the jab coming, maybe I should do something before or something like that. faking, fainting. There's plenty of things we can do. So there's always a way.
I'm sure I'd do a lot of fainting if I was in the octagon. What would the 2015 heavyweight tell today's 185-pounder?
What would the 2015 heavyweight?
Yeah. Don't eat so much.
What would I tell my
Yeah,
2015 person?
Yeah. No. What would the 2015 person tell you today?
Oh.
Or vice versa. It's the same thing. If you want to say, what would you today tell the 2015 guy?
Well, what would he say to me? We're like, yeah. What would he say to me? I'm like, I knew I could do it. What would I say to him?
I told you I could do it.
Well, I would say a lot. I would have to. I'm like, here, let me catch you up. Do this, do that, do this, do this, do that, do that. I have a lot to say to my old self, and I probably wouldn't be. I probably would anyway.
Yeah.
I'd probably be somewhere different on another timeline, in another dimension, or something like that.
Listen, if you weren't a fighter and you're a born fighter, anyone watches you fight knows that you're a born fighter. You have that natural kind of sort of animal instinct to get in there and just let's just do it. And anyone that saw the last fight will attest to that. But if you weren't a fighter, what would you see yourself doing? Or what would you see yourself doing once you've you've hung up the gloves?
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Well, after I hang up the gloves, I plan on coaching and continuing to train. I want to be in the gym, so that's my avenue of staying there.
Yeah.
I want to maybe even eventually own my own gym. But if I wasn't fighting, like before I was fighting, I was an air traffic control equipment repair.
Right.
So, and I did the same thing in the Army.
Right. Okay.
I did the same thing in the Navy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you work on.
I was an operations specialist,
Yeah.
and so air traffic control and tracked ships, subs, all that kind of stuff.
Nice. So
Us vets.
That's amazing. Yeah. Never knew that. Okay.
Yeah. So that's probably what I'd be doing right now.
Fair play.
I'd probably be a heavyweight, I'd
yeah.
probably be beyond the heavyweight now. Hopefully, no. I wouldn't be a heavyweight. I would have gotten my shit together.
Stuff.
Same
He
thing.
said stuff. He said stuff together.
Stuff, sorry.
Stuff.
I would have gotten my stuff together.
Well, you said ship because I was on a ship. See,
Yeah.
you were not on a ship. I was on a ship.
I would have gotten my shit together with a P. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, go, Caleb.
I would say it's more of the latter. Only time I really go back and reflect on things that I've done is to either learn lessons or reinforce the lessons that I've learned, or adjust my trajectory going forward. What was the question again? I know I answered it, but what was the team going? Yeah. Yeah. No, I wouldn't say that I have, because I'm still on the journey. I'm still doing it. So I don't stop and be like, wow, I did this and I did that. And because my focus is on continuing to do it.
Still more to do.
I'm still doing it, So I haven't really done it yet, right? Even after I win the belt, I haven't really done it. I've only done something that we're going to just we'll not bookmark. Yeah, we'll bookmark this here, and we'll come back to it and all that stuff. Yes, I do get excited, but I'm not like, walking around my house, patting myself on my back about it. You know, I'm in more of a state of preparation, especially now at this point, than I am in a state of excitement. I'll be excited shortly after the fight, and again, it's going to be back to business. So I'm going back to the gym, going back to work. Got to get better, because especially after winning the title, there's going to be all the best coming after you. Well, I guess it was before my first fight. I'm like, I'm going to go do this. You know, I've already pictured myself there. I've already visualized myself there. So I'd already done it hundreds of times before I even made my first walk. So mental preparation is key for me. So when I did step in there for the first time, it was nothing new, nothing really. It was the first time experiencing physically, but mentally I've already done this. I've already done it many different ways, and it's just time to be present now. Be present and do everything I've trained to do. So I knew that I had the potential to do great things, and I've always ever been on the road to achieving that. Revealing that potential.
One of my fondest things that I've done is I've been involved in sports since the mid-'80s. I'm in the NFL locker room.
1880s.
Okay, thanks. I was in the locker room with Caleb when he was with the Buccaneers. Jimmy's a performer on the Strip, used to be with the Tenors of Rock, big name people. And I'm always talking my favorite sport, which is mixed martial arts. So we're in the locker room with the offensive lineman talking your sport. I went to see him perform, and it's the meet and greet after. We're talking your sport. And I used to ask the guys back in the day, what will it be, what will it take to get our sport known? And I think we're on the process. What else can we do? How can we push this even bigger? I'm not naive. The NFL is still the NFL. It's still the biggest. What can we do to make MMA number 2? We're on the way.
I mean,
you went on Saturday and jumped in Joe Rogan's arms? Last week's guest did that.
That would not give me any fans whatsoever. And I think I'd lose some dignity.
Yeah, well, you'd pick up fans, but maybe lose the dignity.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Right.
I don't know. I think the UFC is doing the best they can with what we have, which is a lot, they're doing a lot. So
it's come leaps and bounds.
Yeah, it has. It really has, and the level of fighter has come leaps and bounds as well. So
have you started to get recognized a lot more in the last sort of year, 2 years?
Yes. And
it must be kind of annoying because you've been doing this for so long at the highest level, but the ESPN deal and the outreach of the media, and now I drove down the Strip yesterday and there's a huge billboard and your face is right there, that must be quite amazing. But yeah, have you really noticed that the last sort of 18 months?
Oh, yes, I have.
Do you enjoy it, or do you some people are kind of, they like it, some people embrace it, some people don't,
It depends on the approach. If a person is cool, respectful, and cordial, then it can be a nice, easy exchange.
Yeah.
But if people are weird, they don't even know your name, and they're asking you for stuff, that's kind of disrespectful.
Absolutely.
I get it.
And it can be annoying.
And foolish.
and some people can be inconsiderate. If they see me doing something, you know what I'm saying? Some people will just, ain't nobody jump in front of me and stop me, but I'm sure, if my star shoots high enough, I'm sure people will try it until I react, and then they realize, no, we can't do that to him.
Yeah.
Jared, great stuff. We appreciate your time. I know we have your address. We're going to send you a care package from 8 Man Strong, as well as a care package of Odd Sock Official, some cool socks, and a whole box of Right on Trek food prep. It's really good stuff. So we're going to send you all 3 boxes. Thank you for your time, And we'll talk to you again very, very soon.
Thank you very much.
Let's go hit a quick break, and we are coming back to the Apex. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Zone.
Very dramatic.